Hey guys, what's up? It's me, TheDominusIgnis, and we are back once again with Robot Arena 2 DSL. Good lord, it has been way too long, but we're back. Oh my goodness. So, there's a lot to talk about. Rebottle Wars, quick update there. 1.5 should be out very soon. We need to record the commentary for it, and I need to get the intro sorted, which I need. Ned's actually making custom intro music, so waiting for that as well. But that should be quite nice. 2.0, we need to discuss a few rule changes, because stuff has obviously changed with the crash patch and whatnot. People are still figuring that all out, and so we need to figure it out for the super heavyweights. But, all being well, I want to get that started as soon as possible, because I don't want it to be like this overhyped tournament. I want it to just be something that's nice, quick, done, you know. And hopefully it'll be a bit of fun. But now let's get into my robots. Here's my 3 robots that I have put forth for OW5, which is going to be happening very soon. Fun fact, actually, I plan on the next 2 fuckets to actually be based on like tournaments that are going to happen. I've recorded one with Ned about like Rebottle Wars. That's actually quite interesting. And I plan on doing one with Mitch with some of the OW robots. So that should be good. Then afterwards, you know, we'll go back to the Battlebots one because the Battlebots pack has some great stuff. I also had Code Silver coming to me with about the replica pack for Robot Rumble 2, and that is another one I really want to do. Point is, fuck it is not going away now because Jesus, we got some. There's a lot going on. A big update to the Battlebots Robot Arena 2 pack, a replica pack, going over 2 tournaments, one of them being my favourite tournament of all time in OW. I'm excited for fuck it's future, you know. After that being gone for so long, I'm quite happy. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the robots. So we got Wipeout 3 here with a brand new fresh paint job. The original paint job for Wipeout that I'd been using up until this point was actually done by Harry, formerly of Good Rebottle. But I'd been wanting for a while to freshen it up, so we just, you can see, just noticed little, but look at that looks I'm quite happy with that. You know, it's a nice little thing. But yeah, so if we look inside, we got improved drive, because the body is actually bigger now. It's probably about as big as the very first version of Wipeout at this point. But we got the nice wedge. The wedge is, I'd say, much improved over the original. It's a lot bigger, so it's a lot more durable. And yeah, that should be quite nice. The flipper is the same as it's always been on Wipeout. That hasn't changed ever. It's always been 2 storm front hinge pistons, because they get quite close to the front, and they do a nice bit of power. I have changed the flipper panel slightly because Wipeout actually was having some problems with self-riding. Basically, the AI was going ballistic and was firing way too early. So now it's like shaped like that to allow it to self-ride no matter what. The drive has got 2 fast NPCs and 2 TWM3R2 motors. Not the fastest drive it's ever had. The first one has that accolade, but it was also really bulky and clipped slightly because Rebottle Wars 1 allowed that. This, however, is probably the second fastest drive it's ever had, and it's all packed quite neatly, you know, so I'm happy. Now, the one thing that I've been told, and I completely forgot about, is that nowadays these need to have a 90-degree flipping angle, so gotta... okay, so if it starts there, and it goes to... Good thing I have the straight panel, because then I can figure out... That should be 90 degrees, right? That is... I'm gonna... that should be 90 degrees. I'm fairly certain on that one. So if we grab this one now, and we go... And because it points that way, and then... points upwards, that is in fact 90 degrees. Wow, 90 degrees is more of an arc than I'd have thought. Right. Well done, Sean. You remembered basic numeracy. So let's drive it around. As you can see, it's nice. It's obviously, you can see the flipper's a little bit heavy now. It's got a little bit of a buck to it, so I imagine it's not going to be quite as strong as before, but I'd rather it be safe, rather than, potentially just not, then it potentially not self-right. Plus, it seems plenty powerful enough anyway. It's nice and fast. The only thing I'm still dubious about is the eternal bugbear for me, is the ground clearance. I am terrible at that. It's not even funny at this point. Well, it is. It is funny to me. But I'm eternally bad at ground clearance. But let's see about this flipping power. Ah, good. It is still plenty powerful. That is a good sign. Look at that. That's pretty nice. But yeah, there's Wipeout 3. I might make some further changes, just before final submission, but overall, I'm quite happy. Visually, it's quite nice. It's for the heavyweight. It's probably the most powerful heavyweight Wipeout. Well, it's got faster drive anyway and better wedge. So overall, as a heavyweight Wipeout, it potentially could be better than the old Wipeout. I say potentially because every time I improve a robot, it somehow does worse and worse as it goes on. The new Hell's Angel! So I remember bringing up Hell's Angel before. I do need to fix that because it's clipping with the wheels at the moment. But, let's go. And here we have the new Hell's Angel. I've made a few slight changes. The extenders at the front extend a bit more. Someone recommended I do that because it should hopefully make it a bit more effective. So I'm giving that a try. I've gone with the 4. I know it's slightly off-center. I would have to redo the face, and I really cannot be asked. The hammer has a nice bit of power, and it also has a nice bit of reach. As you can see, it lands nice and neatly between the prongs. It's got a nice bit of swing to it. It's a very nice hammer. It's very compact in there, I think. Let me have a look in there again. It's been a while. It's you got the overkill motor, you got that wedge which holds the entire face here, the little wedgelets to stop the robots from going bump up and over, because if it goes on top of the robot, obviously that hammer's going to be bloody useless, and also it's to try and stop spinners from hitting that extender. It's steel, yes, but I don't want spinners attacking that extender, because extenders are weak as hell. Got that wedge, which the idea is, like I've mentioned before, is to face spinners. It should hopefully be able to take a few horizontal blows. And then we got the wedgelets, as ever. Hell's Angels always had those, and should be quite useful. Then we have 4 NPC drive, as ever, quite nice, quite, capable drive. Got enough batteries to last. Yeah, all in all, quite happy with this. So don't know how this is going to do. There's worries about ground clearance and whatnot. We're going to... So I might, in a last minute thing, readjust the face, because I do want to have it so maybe the wedgelets and the wedge are separately adjustable, but that's also a whole lot of hassle that I don't know if I have the patience for. But one thing we gotta sort is those wheel guards, because at the moment they are clipping with the wheels, which is a bit of a no-no. So main things is really maybe sort out the wedgelets and wedge so that they're lower to the ground, because I'm still dubious on how well I've done there. But, I'd say I'm quite happy with how it's looking at the moment. So I've mentioned this before, but this is most likely going to be one of, if not the last run for Hell's Angel. Hell's Angel has admittedly been probably my favourite robot. It looks like something that could exist somewhat in real life. It's a robot with a nice little bit of personality to it, with the eyes and the semi-face. It's got a nice weighty hammer. It's a robot that I hold quite dear to me, but at that same tone, it comes to a point where I can only do so much before the design gets drastically overhauled. And I think once it gets to that point, it'd be better to just have a new hammer/axe robot. I've actually been working on other axes and hammers, as you saw in the last video. I think it was the last video. So, as much as Hell's Angel is my favourite robot, I might, and that's a might because I might change my mind on this, make OW5 be the swan song, which, to be honest, it might get just stuck in the qualifiers, so, you know, we'll wait and see. But my hope is that Hell's Angel can have, like, one last good run in OW. But then we go to the third robot that I'm putting forth to OW5 in the reserves, so Wipeout's gonna be, like, essentially guaranteed in, if it gets picked, of course. Hell's Angel, qualifiers, Lord Scarecrow, reserves. Well, if it gets picked, you know, that's the intention anyway. But here is Lord Scarecrow 5. I know I said I was working on a extender bot. That turned out to be way more hassle than it was worth. I couldn't get it done in time. I do plan on revisiting that idea, but for the time anyway, I just want to forget about that, because, oh, lordy. Wait a minute, I was thinking of a large type. Oh, it's so stupid. No, hold on, dark red looks too dull. I want... Yes! Yes! Come on, please. Yes! It fucking whiffed, wait! That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen! Oh, that's brilliant. Look at that, the stupid little fucking... I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to remove that, but... I'm gonna see, because I want to see what happens if I submit the robot with that. Chances are I will be told to remove it. But if it gets submitted, that'll be the funniest thing. It won't do any good, because what the fuck is it gonna do up there? But it's funny. Anyway, so it's not really a major change, Lord Scarecrow. I've made the punches go a little bit lower so that they might hit something a little better. I mean, when they're so wide, it's not going to make that much difference, if any. We got spikes on the side, which actually do serve a practical purpose, if I bounce into something here. Oh, that didn't work quite as well as I was hoping. Ah, there we go. Let's see, can he self-right? Oh. He can still self-right. Okay, I was a little worried there. The punches have made it a little less effective in the self-right department, but it's not too bad. But yeah, okay, there we go. As you can see, the spikes and the bigger tracks mean it can still technically touch the ground with a track. Get it back into that position. And if I can get the AI to cooperate, we might get to see itself right. Ah, God. There we go. Takes a few goes. It has a harder time self-riding now because I've had to try and get the punches to be a little bit lower. But it can, in fact, self-right. There's also a bigger wedge. So basically, it's bigger tracks, bigger wedge, iron spikes on the wheels. Punches are a little lower. It's a little bit more top-heavy somehow, I'm guessing because the weight changes since the crash patch. And now, it's got a little Typhoon Tooth Mohawk, which I'm probably going to have to remove, but... Lord Scarecrow is truly just an icon of Robot Arena 2. Just, mwah! This is... So yeah, the plan is eventually, like, maybe Lord Scarecrow 6 or 7 will be like the extender bot Lord Scarecrow, but right now I don't have the patience to do that. And then finally, obviously, there's Death Valley, which hasn't had any real changes. I plan on changing it, but for the time, I want to get that motor to be a little bit... I want to stand it, like, upright, because it's going to make it a little bit taller, but it means it'll be able to pull back the full 90 degrees without clipping. But yeah, Death Valley is still Death Valley, and I want to put Death Valley in more tournaments, because it's proven itself to be actually semi-competitive, which for a grabber and lifter is actually quite nice, but I just need to find more tournaments to put it in, and I need to work on it some more. But that's the heavyweights right now anyway. Right, you know what? We're going to get into the building. So one thing that I decided that I'm going to do is... Okay, so I should probably state something right here. I'm going to state it publicly for the first time. After Battle Wars 2.0, I'm actually going to be stepping down from one of the running roles of it. To explain, I never really intended to run Rebottle Wars. It only really came about because, Rebottle Wars 1.0, it needed to be finished, so I stepped up to do that. 1.5, 1.5, I wanted to get that done as well, because we'd always planned for that, and I wanted to get 2.0 sorted. But after that, the reigns are going to be it's like a 50-50 thing right now with Ned. And once 2.0's done, the reins are going to get passed fully to Ned, and he's going to take over from there for 2.5, 3.0, whatever, comes in the future. As much as I enjoy doing Rebottle Wars, I want to focus on this channel and whatnot. I've actually wanted to do my own tournament for a long time now. You might hear more about that in the future. So it's nothing nothing's happened or anything. I want to stress that. There's no drama or anything. It's just a case of I wanted to stop. I basically wanted to do stuff. I want to focus on my channel. As simple as that, really. It's nothing, so Ned very much is, happy to do Rebottle Wars. So, it's being left with him and Charlie. So, Rebottle Wars 2.0, then I'll step down. I'll probably still do commentary if they ask. But Rebottle Wars 2.5, 3.0, and everything else will be run by Ned. But one thing I said to Ned was, if he does do a Rebottle Wars 2.5 or 3.0, I was going to make an electric ray robot. After after the ridiculous performance that happened, in Fuck It 2, how could I not? That was, if you haven't seen it, I recommend you do. It was beautiful. Mwah! Just glorious. Right. So here we are. We got this lovely thing right here. So the spinners are going to be temporary things, which I can adjust later on. I just want to get the basic form down. Alright. So obviously this is going to need to be adjusted, maybe polished up a little bit more, but this is just the proof of concept right now to try and figure out how we're going to do this. Because the thing for me was I was constantly thinking, how the fuck am I going to do this? So this is just me figuring it out, and I can polish it up down the line. This might not even be legal, because I'm pretty sure we can't use 2 flat motors in Rebottle Wars. But I'll figure this out, because the thing's going to have to be bigger anyway, so I'll probably just put, weaker motors. It's fine. Again, this is the prototype. This is just me figuring out how the bloody hell I'm going to do this period. Which, to be honest, I wasn't sure about. So we go large, dark red Typhoon. Like so. Ooh, Okay, that looks a little bit odd, so we'll look for the small Dark Red Typhoon. Have them both spinning outwards. That could be quite an interesting little attack thing. It means it won't. They'll hopefully not get stuck. Right. Oh yeah. And then like what we would do then is we would get the drums. I don't know if this would be. This might not be legal. This part might not be legal, but there we can. If it's not, then we won't do it. But okay, so to go over again with this being a prototype, we are going to change a whole lot about this. So we need the chassis to be bigger. We need the frames to be higher. Yeah, there's a whole lot that needs to be changed about this. But again, I'm just more figuring this bloody thing out. It's kind of how I do a lot of these things. Is I just bodge together like something really quickly, and then once I know what I'm doing, I can then like actually do it properly. Oh yeah, one other thing I might do is I might move that control board because I want to put like a wedge at the front. You know, make it so it has a little bit of something for ground clearance. Not that this thing is meant to be competitive. This thing is solely just going to be a funny thing to die, but because I've just decided like, yeah, I might make the occasional competitive build, but the main job is now just I'm going to make the funny ha-ha robot sometime. Is that I'm just going to make whatever the fuck I want again. As the main thing is I'm just going to mainly make whatever I decide. Like, I just, you know, so this will be funny, and let's see now, does this spin the right way? Yes, it does. Good. Ah, yeah, the prototype works. Look at that. Obviously, it'd be a lot slower than that. Okay. So, next episode, I will show this in its finished form, or in a semi-finished form. But the goals are, make the chassis bigger, and maybe I'll make it four-wheel drive, given this is super heavyweight, or meant to be a super heavyweight. Make the frame for the weapons obviously bigger to accompany the weapon itself. Double check about the flat motors thing. I'll probably have to replace those with a much weaker motor, which is fine, because the flat motors might very well be overkill. And yeah, also make sure if I can use drums to protect the motors. If not, then, oh well, I'll just, you know, go without. But yeah, so the start of the Electric Ray robot, aka the best robot to ever exist. If you didn't see Fuck It 2, you need to find out why I'm hyping up Electric Ray. That thing was a beast. Oh man, it's been such a long time since I've done one of these videos. It's good to be back. I think I needed a little bit of time away from DSL because, you know, you don't, like, no matter how much I enjoy something, if I'm surrounded by it for too long, it's going to get tiring after a while. It's always nice to have other things that you can do, and I am absolutely ready to go. I've got a bunch of ideas cooking in my head. I want to get some of them out, and that's what we're going to be doing over the, you know, so ending 2020 and going into 2021, you're going to be seeing a lot more DSL videos again. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a like down below, subscribe for more, plenty more builds coming your way, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!